Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. I'll take that one out there. And I'm going to leave those two down there, I think. I may have removed them because of the flickering issue. We've got our bees in here. I wonder if they've been moved around a little bit. Potentially. Not sure. A couple of changes were made in here, apparently, but I don't know what was changed around here. I'm not quite sure. None of the thing... I only had that one placed, and our cabin over in the corner, and we hadn't actually placed anything else, because we did have... Well, other than all the lights. The lights are all still here. I don't think any of the lights that I placed have been removed. So I think they're all still here. And I can't see that there's been any other major changes made here. So that all actually seems to be in place still. Let's go to this one here. So I'm happy with them. I've got some trees there. We've also got trees have grown back all the way around our houses that we went and placed here. So I also want to quickly remove them. I've got to be careful, especially in this one, that I don't go and remove the new trees that I put in here. Those are still here. They haven't been touched. So we've got all of our shrubs and everything in here. We've just got the new... We've just got some old pine trees have also grown in around the existing trees. So I've got these existing ones here. Oh, there was one other interesting thing that I wanted to show you. I need the map to jump to it a minute, so we're going to have to go... I think I might be able to see it from here. We'll go and visit that one. And that was, for some reason, we had logs lying on the ground here. We had them left over from, like, we'd come through and we'd cut down several logs, and they were lying on the ground. But for some reason... Some of the logs lying on the ground have turned into maple. And I'm not sure why. There's a couple of stacks that have turned into maple, which is really weird. It's not all of them, it's just a couple stacks. I didn't even know that maple logs could be left like that. So I don't know if this is a one-off or what. But, I mean, like, this tree right here. Let's tell me what sort of tree that is. I will attempt to cut some of those trees with a tree harvester, and we will see what happens with it. It could be quite interesting to see whether or not we can cut them. And the only other thing that I wanted to do... Well, I'm going to go and just remove these trees a minute, but we'll just go up. I haven't been and had a look up here. Now, anywhere that I did landscaping, as you can see, the landscaping itself hasn't been touched. That's been left as it was. It's just the trees have all been put back. So any trees that we removed have now mysteriously grown back again. Which does also include the trees that I carefully cut down only just recently along the side of this field. They are now going to have to be cut again. Yeah, see? I'm going to go back down through and just cut that line of trees once more. So I'm going to do that as well. But there's one other thing that I want to show you very briefly, which was the other important bit with this update, which I absolutely love. If we go into painting, he's added in some extra options for painting now. We've got a few extra options in here, and this is absolutely brilliant. We'll be able to use this for our landscaping. Now, if we just take a look here. So, we've now got... I'm going to put a sheet. Let's do that. Let's come down here and we'll put in a few stripes just over here so that I can show you what options we've got. We'll make that a little bit bigger. So, we've got... There is animal mud. And then we've got dirt... asphalt, concrete, cracked ground, so dry cracked ground. They actually quite like that one. That one's quite cool. Let's just use a bit more concrete there. I did that one. We've got the forest ground, normal grass, dry grass, gravel, rock, granite, and walkway soil like that. That one's actually got like a lightly squared texture on it. The only one that we don't have is the texture for the actual yard here, which I thought we did have. But no, we don't. We haven't been given the texture for the yard here. But we've got some extra options here for doing our work. This cracked ground one is quite extreme looking, but I reckon that we can find a use for that somewhere. So we've got some extra options in here, which I think is quite cool. With the stone and the gravel, granite, the walkway soil, I quite like that as well. So we've got extra options in there, which I think is really, really awesome. I'm really pleased about that. I'm just going to paint that over now with the asphalt texture. Just like that. Paint that in. There we go. Right, so we've got some extra option there, and also plants as well. There's meadow, bushes, we've got a few. He's added in some different flowers. We've got additional bushes in here. There's a whole load of them, plus a whole load of different flowers, which we'll be able to use for doing our decorations up in our gardens, which is absolutely fantastic. This is what I really, really wanted, was all of those individual flowers up there as well. So we've got all kinds of options available to us now, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm going to go and get rid of all of the trees now that have spawned, and then we can get back to doing our mowing. I'm going to stick with my original plan of cutting all of the small trees with the chainsaw anyway, or the lightsaber, whichever one I'm using at the time. Purely because I don't want to be messing around with these with the tree harvester. So I will chop these down a second, and then we can do the bigger ones with the actual tree harvester. I've now gone through and trimmed off all of the trees down the side of field 19. Done the ones up through there as well. I've done most of these in here on the bit that we'd already done. There's a few here I still need to do. I've also done all of the ones over on the houses. Apart from, I've actually left one because I thought it looked quite good. And I think it's far enough back from the houses. So we've got our really overgrown bit of garden here on this side for these people that live in this house. And then this one, they've got their play set and everything in there. We can't have cut grass in there as a texture, but we can leave it like that. And I think that's absolutely fine. Just needs, you know, they've reached a point where they need to mow it. This one, I really loved the wilderness type approach. And I thought we might add in a few extra flowers or something. And this one in here, I've left one tree at the back here, because I actually thought that would sort of fit quite nicely. I really like having that one just in there, and it's far enough back from the houses that I think it's all right. And obviously we've still got a garden to build there for that one. So I've just got a few trees here to get rid of, which I will, and then once I've gotten rid of these, we will start that tractor up again and get the mowing underway. I do need to get going with picking up that silage, which we will do in a second, but I want to first, before I do that, just clear the rest of the trees over there and make sure that we've got everything back out of the way so that we've sort of got our original field back. Just reverse you up a little tiny bit like that, and press H. Okay, hired help is going to carry on over there. I don't think I had removed any of these. I mean, we are up pretty close to 2 trees here, so maybe I could get rid of them. I don't think I did, though. I think we just had... You know what? We'll leave those. We'll leave those where they are. That's not going to hurt at all. I'm quite happy with that. Quite why you've done that, I'm not really sure. We'll worry about that later. And I want to go up here, and we're just going to remove just a few more of these trees here. So my aim next is to start working towards building up a farm a bit more. I've said this before. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to turn this area here into more grass fields. I also want to build the road going down towards the sawmill. We want to work on that one, and we want to sort of clear that all the way up through. So I will do one more mowing between here and the sawmill. We got that. We can do that one more time, and then after that, we'll be actually doing the landscaping bit up through to the sawmill. I don't think I'd done any more. I think we'd kind of left it at this. I think this one possibly was gone, so we'll just remove that one. That one can go like that. And yeah, I think that's about what we gotten up to. So I was going to build in there. This is where we're going to start our yard and have our cattle and everything. So we've still got the farmland. That's not changed. We still own all of this, which means that we're able to build our cattle yard in there, in that area there, and then we're sort of turning this area here into more field, and that's what we'll end up working on. So we can actually, what we want to do now is see what this one's doing. Oh, I see. Right, we'll do that bit ourselves. We will just spin around a second, and okay, there's really not much going on there, is there? Get rid of that little bit there. Okay, so I'm going to do the one long run up through here and back down, and then once we've done this, so I need to Control B, start everything up, Control V, lower them down, like that. We'll do a run all the way up to the sawmill and come back again, and then that'll be the last time we do that, I'm hoping, before winter. And then after winter we won't be able to do that again, I'm hoping, because we will have built the road up through here properly, so there just won't be the option to do it anymore, which means that, let's just lift that one up a little bit. Yeah, we won't have that option available to us anymore, which means, because we'll have our road, so, but we'll have more field by that point, so it's not really going to matter. You know, I should put this, I'm going to have this back on 5x speed. Now, I had it on half speed, because I wanted to clear all the trees. So I've probably cleared a few more trees now than we had done previously. Certainly on the left-hand side, I'm aware it seems a little bit more bare there than it did previously. There's some more of those maple logs just there. I don't know if there's any in the big pile down here, but all of the trees over here were back as well. So I was guessing a bit which ones I needed to chop out. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. You know, we were going to be getting rid of several of these up through here anyway, and from the feedback I've been getting, a lot of you have said that you kind of like the way that things are running right now. You don't want me doing things too unrealistically. You don't mind me removing some of the trees just manually with the chainsaw mod and just like automatically removing them. You don't want me spending hours and hours using the tree harvester getting rid of all of the trees, like cutting down all of the trees, but you kind of want the bulk of them done like that. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. If I'm going to be doing like a bit of building work, say for our cattle or something like that, you've expressed a preference for me to, you know, if we want to like hurry up and build something, then just use the chainsaw mod and clear them out of the way, maybe for the houses as well, and get a little bit of a balance going on with it. But as we go to expand our fields, maybe don't worry too much, don't use the chainsaw mod and do it using the tree harvester, so that we've got plenty of tree harvester work going on as well, so to try and get a little bit of a balance between the two. The other thing that quite a few people said that you want, and well, there's one in particular, a suggestion that was made. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was that said it. The suggestion was, you really like the idea that I put forward about I have to build X amount of industrial buildings for the houses I put down. I've also got to decorate the houses as well. So I'm going to need to have decorated houses, properly decorated with gardens and everything. But I should also remember that, oh, mushrooms actually cut off. So do the timber. If you go over it with the mower, you get rid of them now. I had no idea that was even a thing. Yeah, the other suggestion was that the game provides us with some industrial buildings, and not just the industry ones for renting out that I've got as part of the mod that I was using, but also we have sell points, we have shops, we have things like that. So part of the whole I'm building up a town, every 4 or 5, say 5 houses, I need to then build a shop of some kind. Whether also do put up some industrial structures, so we've got that. But as a break between the pure industry stuff, and so like the factories, whether we're building our furniture factories and things like that, or the industrial ones that I'm able to rent out and earn a bit of money with, in between building some of those, I would also need to build some sell points. Now, the sell points in-game are the ones that they're specifically talking about, such as supermarket, restaurant, shop, things like that. So, every time I have some shops, every time I have like 5 houses, I then have to build a few industrial structures, so places for people to work. But they're also going to need places to go shopping and other places of employment. So build 2, maybe 3 industrial structures, not the same number as houses. So say 5 houses, 2 industrial structures, and 1 shop of some kind. I really like this as a balance. I think this is absolutely fantastic as a balance idea. I think this is brilliant. This is a wonderful suggestion, because we've got, like here, we've got a farmer's market, we've got the pizzeria, we've got the restaurant, there's a supermarket there, and you've got the biomass heating plant, which would provide power to the area, another fast food restaurant, we've got an Aunt Emma shop just there, little egg one, Christmas booth for farm goods. Okay, I don't want the Christmas ones, but you get the idea. We've got a number of different shops. Another restaurant there, a Mexican restaurant, a small dairy that we could go and use. These are wholesale places, just regular shops here where we can go and sell things. So, but build some of these, even if it's just a small market stall. We're still building sell points. And that's what was just... I really, really like this idea. I think this idea is amazing. So it is something that I am planning to use. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, we're still not able to do this properly. I don't know why. I still have to go to easy arm controls off and on like that. And then it works. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that. It just does. And I want to go... We're going to go over to that tree over there. And we're going to see if that tree is able to be harvested with the tree harvester. I don't imagine that it will be able to, because all of the branches on the side are separate branches. So I can't see that the tree harvester is going to be able... See, I can't even reach into it. I got branches in the way. Yeah, it just said this type is not available on here. So, that doesn't work. That particular tree doesn't work. There is one down, if we got any more around here. I had one and I cut it down with a chainsaw. So, there's one in there. Oh, that's a maple tree. Alright, we've got maple trees only there, but there is one down here which we can cut. I don't really want to cut that one over there. This one over this side I will cut. I think I ended up chopping those down anyway, just because of the whole flickering issue that we were getting, and they were irritating me. So we know that one sort there won't cut. Let's have a look and see if this other sort will cut or not. This one might. Let's have a look. Work. This tree type is not suitable. Okay, so it doesn't actually work. So we've got these maple logs that are lying up there. I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to pick them up, because they've not been the map update spawned them in, and spawned them in accidentally. So I'm not sure that that is going to work. That's going to be a case of wait and see whether or not it's actually going to work for us or not. So we'll just move this one up here out of the way into the trees a little bit. You can stop there. And I want to get this one. And we want to go and start gathering up the silage. Now, I'm sure there have been several changes made around this yard, but I can't really see what changes. Nothing major enough that it's affected any of our machinery, fortunately. So I'm quite pleased about that. I've only got 30 litres of silage additive left, so we're going to want to keep an eye on that and possibly change it. Yeah, the speed that we can do this now is brilliant. I like this, and I know that this is a little bit unrealistic for some people. I mean, yeah, that is kind of like the whole point of the series, but I do get that racing around it like this is a little bit much for some people, but we've done a lot of silage, and we're going to be doing a lot of silage, so I sort of figure if I can do it at this kind of speed, we're getting the job done nice and quick. We're getting it out of the way, and then we can move on to doing other tasks that we want to do, such as, you know, widening our fields and things like that. You know, important jobs that we want to do. AI worker J has completed their task. So cows is what we're going to aim for on this series. This is what we're going to go for. We're going to try and have this so that we have got cows. And wondering about sheep, but I don't think we'll do sheep. We're not going to I won't worry about that, I don't think, because, well, I don't think we need to worry about it. I'm doing sheep on other series. I did sheep on the hardcore series, and also I'm doing sheep on quite a large scale on the time-lapse series, so I don't really want to do sheep on here as well. I think cows is the way forward on here. Plus, it'll fit in with the town that we're building up. We'll be able to build some dairies. If we've got a lot of cows here, we can build up a couple of dairies, which will have products from our cows. So we'll be able to get the butter, and then be making things at the bakery and stuff like that, which we'll then be able to sell to the people that live in all the houses via the supermarket, and so on and so forth. So I think that will sort of be in keeping with what we're trying to accomplish here. Now, if we go up that line there, we don't have to turn too sharp when we turn around on the end of the row. And then we can spin round onto that one. I was quite surprised that we didn't really have very many issues with the map update, because map updates, especially if the author has specifically said you will need a new save for this map update, it's not compatible with old saves, right? And they say that because, well, as you can see, we had trees spawn everywhere. Now, that could have been a lot worse. Everything could have been moved around a lot more, and there could have been a lot of sort of collateral damage with everything. But as far as I can see, nothing has been spoiled. It just took me a while to go through and remove all of the trees. Now, fortunately, we had access to a mod that allowed us to cut down all the trees quickly, which definitely made a bit of a difference. If we didn't have access to such a mod and we needed to go and cut all of those trees manually again and then pick them all up, then yes, that would have been more frustrating. But I don't really like to play the game in such a way that I would never have access to mods. Anyway, I really want to see if those will pick up with the autoloader. Those maple logs that are lying there. I really, really want to find... I think I've cut too many down here. I think I went a bit overboard right there. Although I think, actually, there was a couple of trees near where the front of the tractor is, and I think there was a slight clearing further back. Just there. So, it's actually... I think that some of the tree positions were slightly altered. There were a few floating trees that were taken care of. Those have been removed. I'm not sure if we've had a few more angled trees added in. I think there's a few more trees that are like slightly leaning over. I think there's some extra ones of those have been added in places, unless I just didn't really notice them before. Because I see there are a few of them here. See, there's some of the maple logs, and then we've got another stack further up. So we've got at least 2 stacks of that there. The other lot is there. It seems to be that they were right up against a deciduous tree that regrew itself. So whether it decided, the game decided, well, actually, those logs must have come from that type of tree, so that's what we'll put there. Or that type of tree was altered when the map was being updated. Not really sure. It could have been an either-or situation, really. Now, I got 146, 48. We'll have about 150,000 litres of grass in here. It's always on round there like that. 150,000 litres in there. So we'll run this down and empty it out. While it's emptying, we can go and get our mowers. We can bring that one back up. Let's run you in over here. Hopefully this one is still working. I didn't actually check this one for quantities and everything. That seems okay. And here and here. That seems okay as well. So everything is working as intended. In here, everything seems to be working. Yeah, okay. I'm quite happy with all of that. You over this side, I believe you have now finished everything. Yep. Fold all of that lot up, and we'll run this one back. I'll put the fertilizer spinner on and start doing some fertilizer. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.